The issue was somebody was saying that I created a bunch of extra unnecessary things with all the additional planes, and I think they're right. I'm going to admit this to some extent. So we're going to go ahead and attempt to redo this on our side. Again, as you guys are going to see, we're going to start right off the rip with creating a sketch. This is going to be a side profile. There we go. We got David out there. David's got chat working this time. Again, relatively simple, maybe a little bit here, a little bit there, another rectangle for the taper here. And then lastly, let's just go ahead and say we have a threaded portion, and we're going to throw a line in here. Now, for the sake of most things here, what I'm going to do is we're actually going to turn off 3D Sketch because the word on the street is we don't need it. But I'm going to go ahead and dimension the length of this guy real quick. And let's just say it's going to be an 18-inch barrel. And I'm pretty happy with this scale because we're going to come back and do some things with this here in a moment. So let's get our revolve on all over again. So again, we got our revolve, we got our center axis, and just like that, hypothetically speaking, we have our tapered fancy pants kind of barrel situation going on. Now, what was it told to me is that if we were to, hypothetically speaking, I'm going to create a new sketch here because I don't think the sketch is going to matter, but we're going to find out. And we're going to go ahead and do this on the side profile. I think what I am going to do for the sake of this video, normally you guys, you see right now I'm in what would be the ZX plane. I'm going to rotate just over to the YX plane. And that way we don't have our sketches overlapping. But let's go ahead and do this. So the word on the street is I need a straight line here and then a straight line basically down my profile. Now, normally, yes, we could start this in certain distance from the end, things of that nature. We could also shorten up the other side. But what I was told is that if we go surface and we do, I believe it was a sweep. I might be wrong here. We're going to go ahead and not do chain selection. We're going to pick our first one, and then we're going to pick our path. That we are going to get what's called a twist angle. Now, this is true so far. So let's go ahead and give this a twist angle. So the word on the street was if we were to go 360 degrees, for example, just like that, we have spun 360 degrees around that profile. So that, at the end of the day, could very easily give you your extrude path to cut whatever profile you wanted, right? So again, for the sake of this video, let's go ahead and throw a sketch here on the end. As you guys can see, that's the start of my spiral. Again, we're just going to keep everything pretty rudimentary simple this week. And let's just throw a rectangle out here. Now, the problem I already see with this is because of the twist, we're not actually tapering at all. So I wonder if that was thought about. Now, I do know, and we could do this, this was also brought up pretty good, is if we go back, instead of doing maybe a split body, you could always do what's called a split face. And let's say we're going to split the cylinder here using that coil. And what we should get, we don't need to extend that by any means. Let's get that body kicked off now. I do have what would be considered the path for extruding and revolving around. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that split body because I would like to include this little guy here. I think it's just going to give us a little better path. Now, once again, we could go in, we could do a sweep. If I'm remembering correctly, we did do a sweep along a path. Now we're going to extend that path down and around. If you guys remember, in particularly, I think we went ahead and did parallel so that it maintains that profile all the way around. However, as you're noticing, it's not staying fixed on center when it loops around. This was where we were actually having to do, and again, this is where everything gets fun inside of Fusion, is we may need to reuse that sketch, or I think what we were initially doing is not a rectangle. We were actually doing what would be just a circle. So let's go ahead and get that circle back in here real fast. And go back to our good old-fashioned sweep. And pulling that circular profile along our path. Remember that path now is that lovely split body edge that we have. And again, back to parallel. And as you guys can see, simply enough, that would create that taper kind of profile all the way around. Now, it is getting a little finicky here. Let's go ahead and go back to perpendicular. I think that is what we wanted, was perpendicular. So again, a little different way to look at it, a little bit different way to go about this. I think we got to be a 1.0. And let me know, Does this work for you guys? Because at the end of the day, once you get that profile basically revolved around, we could go ahead and go back, circular pattern. This time we're going to do feature, grab that sweep, grab our center of rotation, and then whatever number you want, right? So again, as you guys are seeing, basically gone through and replicated and spun that. Now this is tapered, remember? So there is a taper to this barrel to be able to achieve that. So I see a bunch of you guys in here. This was kind of the first thing that I had to sit down and review and go over. Let me know. What do you guys think? I have a couple of curiosities about this. When we did do the sweep, we do have a path, perpendicular. Yep. So you can't start in the middle in this case and go one direction or the other. I'm also curious how taper would work. Yep. So taper is just going to throw that all over the place. Yep. So you can't do a taper and a spiral. And if we wanted to, we could actually adjust that spiral even more, 720, making it much steeper. And as you're seeing, it's automatically updated and twisted, whatever that pattern that we are working on would.